After that day, things became worse. The shop owner treated me like property. If I made a mistake, he shouted, sometimes beat me with a hanger. I wanted to run, but where would I go? I didn't know Lagos well. I had no friends, no money. Every night, I thought of my mother in the village, believing I was building a future. If only she knew. One evening, as I delivered shoes to a customer in Surulere, I met a young woman named Tolu. She noticed my sad face. You look like someone carrying the whole of Lagos on his head, she joked. I forced a smile. Over time, we became friends. She sold phone accessories near the bus stop. One day, I told her everything. She was silent for a long time. That's trafficking, she finally said. You can't stay there. I felt fear rise in my chest. If I leave, they'll find me. Not if we're smart, we planned quietly. For weeks, I saved small change from customers who tipped me secretly. Tolu introduced me to her cousin, who worked at a small printing press in Yaba. He needs an assistant, she said. It's not much, but it's honest. The night I left Ajegunle, my heart pounded like a drum in a village festival. I packed only 2 shirts and my Bible. At 3 a.m., I slipped out while my uncle snored. The streets were dark but alive, area bows at corners, dogs barking, distant music from a nightclub. I didn't look back. Life was still hard, but different. At the printing press, I learned graphic design. I watched YouTube tutorials during breaks. I practiced on scrap papers. Within a year, I could design flyers and banners. I moved into a small shared apartment in Yaba. I sent my first 20,000 naira home. My mother cried on the phone. God will bless your uncle for helping you, she said. I swallowed the truth. 2 years later, I was walking through Akaya Computer Village to buy printing ink when I heard a familiar voice. Nkem. I turned. It was my uncle. He looked older, thinner. What are you doing here? He asked suspiciously. I work in Yaba, I replied calmly. He laughed bitterly. You ran away. Do you know the trouble you caused me? Trouble? I said. You sold me. His eyes darted around. Keep your voice down. For the first time, I saw fear in him. I later heard from an old neighbor in Ajegunle that the shop owner had been arrested for exploiting young boys. Some had reported him. My uncle's name was mentioned too. He began avoiding our hometown. When my mother finally learned the truth, not from me, but from gossip, she was heartbroken. But she said something I will never forget. Betrayal is painful, but it must not define your destiny. Today, I run a small design and printing company in Yaba. It's not big, but it's mine. Sometimes, when I cross Third Mainland Bridge at sunset and watch the water shimmer beneath, I think about that village boy who arrived at Oshodi with dreams in his eyes. Lagos tried to swallow me. My own blood tried to trade my future for money. But this city also taught me resilience. In Africa, family is everything. But sometimes, the deepest wounds come from those who share your name. I never saw my uncle again after that day in Akaya. I don't hate him anymore, because if he hadn't betrayed me, I might never have discovered the strength I carried inside. And in the loud, unforgiving heartbeat of Lagos, I found my voice and my freedom.